Namaskar. Good morning everybody. Today is 23rd April. It is Thursday. I call Thursday as a thank you Thursday. So friends, in this day, please thank our Corona warriors. Please thank them. They are working for us. And next, I'll start with the same quotation. Stay home, stay safe, study more. Be with me. I'll stay with you for 1 hour. Okay, let us come to the session. I welcome you again. I am Dr. Purna Brahma. Today we will have some discussion on lesson 2, PCT unit 7, developing speaking oral skills. Yesterday I have discussed a part of this unit and your feedback, your very good questions have encouraged me. According to your feedback, I have also prepared my lesson today having some live example. You will see this with this knockdown. I cannot go to the school, but I have done some videos that will help you to understand the concept. Okay, but I'll start with the task, and that is worksheet 3. 1. At what age does a baby begin to speak the mother tongue? I am watching your chat box. At what age does a baby begin to speak the mother tongue? This should be participatory. Yesterday I have seen your response. So start chatting. First year, 1 year, 3 to 4 year, 1.5 year, 1 year. So some of you are beyond the time. Truly, it starts from 10 months. If this normal child, I am talking about the normal child, it starts with a normal child from 10 months onwards. So it is not 3-4 years. A mother tongue, a child, he starts to speak from 10 months, 12 months, 10 to 12 months. So have this idea in your mind that a child can speak when he is 1 year old. Okay. Next question. Does the baby have any experience of speaking before that speaking? Question number 2. Please respond. Does the baby have any experience of language before speaking? Yes sir, no sir, no sir. Any type of experience on language? No sir, no sir, yes sir. Okay, so I must tell you, before speaking, he has the experience of 1 year, at least 1 year experience of listening. When he gets birth, from that time, he is able to listen. Right? So he or she has the experience of 1 year before speaking. Just remember this, friends. Okay, next question. What kind of experience? And I have explained you. What stages of speaking does the baby passes through before speaking sentences in mother tongue? A child when starts speaking mother tongue in full sentence, what are the stages before that? These are the very important part of listening and speaking activities, basically in the elementary classes, friends. It is most necessary for us as a teacher. Okay. Listening experience, imitation, listening after 3 years now, listen others, 5 year. So just try to understand what are the stages, stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, stage like this. Okay, just see, at least he passes 5 stages according to Joseph DeVito. First he receives, then he tries to understand, then he remembers something, then he also evaluates what my mother is speaking, what my sister, brother is speaking. After that he starts responding with some body language first, after that some words, and then he can start speaking in a sentence. So it will continue up to 5 years, 3 years, 2-3 years. So don't worry, please involve your students that when he will speak with you, it's not mandatory that he will speak in sentence. He may say yes, no, come here, go there, he understands it. So please feel, please understand, keep in your mind that a child can speak well if we have type of experience, exposure to that child. Next, I will have another question. Do the babies get any support from their parents? And if yes, what type of support? When a small baby starts speaking, how the parents are happy, you just see. And they never see their faults. They become happy when the child starts speaking in breaking sentence, break sentence, one word sentence. Even he commits some mistake. Yesterday we have discussed it. How a child learns language or acquires language by committing errors, and by the time he confirms himself or herself by the experience. Okay. So the babies get support, positive support, affirmative support and reinforcement, encouragement from their children. So think of your role here. At what class English should be introduced and why? In Odisha, it is started from class 3. What is your view as a would-be teacher, as a prospective teacher? You must have your own experience. You must have your own views here. Can you tell me, please, at what class English should be introduced and in Odisha and why? Class 3. It's okay then. Class 1. Oh my God. Okay, very good response. This is your view. That's not a problem, but we are working with a system. Nice. If it is started from 1, we have that strategy. We have to have the strategies for that. And if it is starting from class 3, we have to have the strategies for that. That's not a matter, but I am asking you that as a teacher, you must think on that. And if English will be started from class 1, does it have some disruption with learning mother tongue? We have to think on that. Okay. Next question. Does the babies have sufficient listening experience in English before that? When he starts learning English, does the baby have any experience of language? Yes. Oh, good. Yes. Yes. No. No. Okay. They have experience. Yesterday we have discussed English as a second language. English is very much present in our environment. No. So must be he has come with some of the experience of English listening, speaking. Maybe not. I am not talking about the students who are reading in public schools. They are studying English from KG. I am not talking about those children. I am talking about those children who are reading in our government school, Odia medium schools. Okay. Then what is the role of a teacher here? I cannot explain it. You just think it, reflect it. Because today in 21st century, we the teachers we are human teachers and we are reflective teachers. You have to be human as well as reflective. No? So think what this type of knowledge, this type of experience from this discussion help you to understand how to teach English in elementary classes. Okay. So we'll start with the concept. What is speaking skill? You write the definition. What do you mean by speaking skill? You write here. I'll see. I'm observing your chat box. Teacher give opportunity. Operational reader, good. But I am asking, what do you mean by speaking skill? Ability to speak, give the chance to student to explore more. Student can search English class 1. Okay, you say this. Read this. I am giving you 1 minute. Read and reflect upon it. Speaking is a language skill that gives us ability to communicate effectively. You know, skill is the proficiency of performing a task. That means how to do better, best. So it's a skill which make you able to communicate effectively, right? In some of the books, it is written as oral skills. So speaking skills can be called as oral skills. We will discuss more and more on that. See, oral skills have two major components. One is motor perceptive skill and another is interaction skill. Please read. I am giving you 1-2 minutes. Read and reflect upon it. Then I will discuss this. Okay, I will discuss it. Don't worry. But please read. Now you should not write anything. I'll see that your chat box is stopped. Read now. You are sitting 100 kilometers away from me, but I will not make you be idle there. Be active in my class. Think that I am just standing before you in your class. Okay, so now do this. Read. Motor perceptive skills. Then interaction skills. I think you read it. Now we have very small discussion on that. What is a motor perceptive skill? Motor perceptive skills are the means of perceiving, recalling. Yesterday I have discussed it. How a child understands the sounds, how he picks up the sounds, how he try to articulate the sound and articulate it. Articulate means pronounce. He pronounces the sound, and how the words are arranged in an order. This type of soft skills, when we call it as a motor perceptive skill. In language we call it as a motor perceptive skill. But here what happens? I have read in this method. This is a bat, that is a cat. This is a fan, that is a basket. We have developed our English language in this practice. We call it as a mechanical speaking practice. This is not such meaningful for the students. He does not understand but only repeat. It's a one type of imitation type of skill. This does not develop the ability to use language. Therefore, here what happened? The learners become not able to transfer the knowledge from language learning situation to language using situation. Here what the teachers says, he just repeat it. He just imitate it like that. But see the interaction skill. What happened in interaction skill? Here he knows how to use the language. It's a communicative approach or communication approach. If a teacher follows the communicative approach, what will happen? The child will be involved in doing the language or doing with the language skills. And it must have a context. It must have a context. If it is not contextual, that will not be called as an interaction skill. So, do not use this type of mechanical practice in the class. Have some meaning. Suppose you can say, what is this? You can make it reciting a rhyme. This is my hand, my hand, my hand. My hand, 5 fingers. My hand, 5 fingers. Like this. So you cannot say that you will start with the rhyme like twinkle, twinkle, little star. You start with any words where you will find the rhyming words. Okay. So it or this interaction skill make the student use the language better in comparison to motor perceptive skills. So first of all, they will develop that, and during his conversation before coming to the school, they have developed all these things, and that helps in interaction skills. But as a teacher, you must focus on interaction skills. This is my request. You read it and you follow. Then question comes. I have seen many of my students, they are not able to speak English. I am not talking about that to speak fluently like any good persons in the world. I am not talking about it. It's a which is very needed, which is very essential in our life. I am also speaking before you. I cannot say that I am speaking very good. No, I cannot say that, but it's a need. At least this much we can do. But what happens? Our students are not able to speak English fluently. Your task is here. From your experience, from your reflections, please tell me why. Why can't we speak English fluently? You take your experience. If you are a very good fluent speaker, no problem. But if you feel that you are not fluent, tell me why it happens with you. So, due to lack of practice, okay, due to lack of practice, due to fear of fault, wow, very good. Not practicing, because of shyness, fear in mind, lack of grammar knowledge. Oh, nice response. Huh? I am very thankful to you. You are responding in time. Huh? This keep it up. When I am discussing, do not put all these answers there. Just listen and read. But when I will ask you to write, good discipline. Thank you. So I will have some points here, like as you have written. I am happy that very nice sentences with this. We do not practice listening and speaking in English from early years. It's a fact. Number 2, once our children become old enough, they become self-conscious. Everybody, they become self-conscious and afraid of speaking English. And they think that about my poor English. Don't worry for that. Even I know my English. But still, I do not dare to speak before others. It will kill me and my all experience will go away. It will be done away with. We have a wrong notion that one has to speak in full sentences. So what we do in the schools, we call our students to tell in full sentences, and that kills the interest and ability of the child to grow. Please be careful of that. We compel the children to respond in full sentences. The children become tongue-tied and shy. Tongue-tied and okay, and they become shy. We have to open their mouth. Opening mouth is the first step of teaching language. It is yours. How can you do such activity? Be familiar with your students that they will not feel anything to talk with you. This is very necessary for a teacher, right? While speaking, we must use words and phrases. Even if a child knows yes and no, he can speak. Just using that. Have you seen this? Yes. Have you been to the market? Yes. Have you seen my book? Yes. Have you done your homework? No. Like this, you just start talking with your children. These Odia school children, you will see that they will interact with you. Remember, while speaking, we mostly use words and phrases. It's a spoken language, we call it. And in speaking skill, spoken language is important than the written language. Even if a child only knows yes, no, they can understand, they can talk with you. Then articulation of sound in English is a problem for ODR learners. It's a problem. You have the experience, I have also the experience. Why? Right now. Chat box. Start chatting. Articulation of sound in English is a problem for ODR learners. Why? Yes, I understand that why, right? Why? I am waiting for your response. Swagatika Misra, because we use mother tongue especially, that is why. Rutu Parida, due to lack of practice. Satyabrata, lack of practice. Okay, we will see here some points what I have collected for you. The sound and sentence pattern of English is different from our mother tongue. Everybody knows it. And I will discuss on that how SOV approach, subject, object, verb, and SVO, subject, verb, object. I will discuss in the grammar class. So, sound of sentence pattern in English is different than us. From early age, a child becomes familiar with our sounds. You see, some of the people who became collector, another state they have come, suppose from south, you will find we enjoy that, but when they speak Odia, you can understand how it become a problem for those who has no mother tongue, right? So, it happens because our sound pattern is different than Telugu, different than Malayalam, right? And normally a child in Odisha gets chance to speak in English from class 3 because ours is a poor state. So, they do not have such English environment in their village, in their home. For that purpose, they do not get exposure to English, and for that, what happens normally when English started in class 3, they start talking or they start learning language. It becomes difficult for him to articulate English sound perfectly because before that he has practiced another sound pattern. This is when I will go to your unit 4 phonetics. At that time we will have some discussion on how it is important for us. We start teaching English from writing alphabet. What happens in schools? Basically they start with A, B, C, writing. But actually what we have concluded yesterday, the sequence of language skills are listening, speaking, reading and writing. Listening is the foundation skill of all other skills. This is the base of all other skills. So, if we do not give maximum exposure of listening in the schools, it is very difficult for the students to learn English. I am telling you, and I have told you, learning English is not a problem. Teaching English is a problem. So, problem is with the teachers, not with the students. From which environment he has come? You see, some of the students from the different mother tongue, Santal, Burmese, then Ho, Kandha, all are coming to the English medium school. When they come to the English medium school, they become very fluent, very comfortable in English. How? So, it is not problem with the children, it is the problem with our teaching process, right? Remember, a child's constant exposure, I repeat, constant exposure to spoken form of language makes him able, makes him confident to go ahead. Okay? Then features of an effective oral skills. We must read this. Now this is a time for reading. Please read line by line. This is not in your book. You have to understand this. So I have brought some points beyond the books. I am not here to just go by the lines of your books. No. This is necessary. You have to understand that. Features of effective oral skill. So please read this. Simple oral talk, contextual talk, interaction based talk, interesting talk, informal talks. These are the 5 basic features I have given you. Now I will have some points, some touching points on that, but if you have more queries on that, we will have question answer session. In the off time, we have the 72 days routine now. In between there, when I will get time, I will have 1 hour or half an hour session for that. But still, you try to understand. Simple oral talk. The oral talk must be as per the level of the students. You are starting with standard 3. You have to come down to that level. So it is simple as possible. I have given some example today. I will discuss it. Then contextual talk. When are you talking? Do not say this is a bat, this is a cat, this is a ball, this is a doll. Do not say like that. Just take a context which is meaningful for the child. Suppose a child is playing. You start with what are you doing? Very small child. What are you doing? You are playing. After that you ask, what are you doing? Playing. You will say playing. This is called context. Then interaction based talk. Do not talk. What I am doing here? I am asking you question. I am giving you text to read. That means to make it more interaction based class. So when you talk with your children, please give them chance to speak more. You do not speak more. Yes, on the first stage of listening, speaking or first stage of learning a language, they will face problem to speak. If you start opening their mouth, you will find, you will be astonished. I have some experience on that. They will start like anything. They have the ability. Believe that your children have the ability. Only you have to focus what to do, what not to do, and when to do, where to do. All these things you have to be careful of. And that is called interaction based talk. Then interesting talk. Your talk must be interesting one. That will create interest, a flow in the mind and heart of the child so that he will participate in it. If I say that this is a pen, a red pen. This is a pen, a red pen. From that you will start. He will say this is a sat, a sky sat. You will try to speak like that. I have experience on that. Please experiment it. I always say experiment with your experiences. You will learn better. It is not that Brahma sir will give the things or other research person will come and give everything to you. No. If you experiment with your experience and give maximum exposure to yourself, you will grow, you will develop, and you will be a very good teacher in future. Then informal talk. Your talk must be informal, not so formal as it is given in the textbook. Do not always take the text or the dialogues or thing given in the textbook. Be with the students, take the situation and take some informal talking. We can discuss it having some live experience also. By the time as you are with me, by the time I will post some small video on this. Don't worry, in this 1 hour I am thinking for all the students of Orissa. So I cannot explain it. If I explain, give example here, 1 hour will be just given. Then there are some soft skills of speaking. Can you tell me what are the soft skills of speaking? Yes, I am waiting for your response. Charting, pronunciation, appropriacy, very good. K, storytelling, accuracy, bah, 6 type, fluency, appropriacy, conversation, appropriacy, very good. That means I am sure you are with your book, at least you are reading. Okay, thank you very much, keep it up. So let us discuss some or focus on that, some of the points. Appropriacy, number 1, you have given very good responses. Appropriacy, what is appropriacy? You see, appropriacy refers to whether the word is suitable or the contextual, according to the context and culture. Where you are sitting with the class 3 students and you will talk with, tell about the President of America. This is not appropriate for talking in a class 3 students, even 4 or 5 students. It's necessary for the elders. So see that is called appropriacy. Then accuracy. Many a time what happens, we do not focus on always while speaking, focus on accuracy, but as a teacher you must know what is accuracy. Accuracy refers to how correct learners use of language, the grammar, all these things. But in early classes, don't much focus on that, please. But it's a need. By the time he will be accurate, he will be accurate speaker. Then fluency, you know it, normal speed. Okay, you cannot speak like Nana Patekar. You have seen गिरो 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 गिरना तो झिरनी की तरह गिरो, वो इतनी ऊंचाई से गिरने के बाद भी अपना सुंदरता नहीं खोती. Not like this. Just have a moderate flow. Don't be slow. My students come here. Not like this. There is a moderate speed. Not too slow, not too speed. Okay. So come here. Sit with me like this. Clarity. When you are speaking with your target group, speaking with the children, your talk should be clear, and you must make your students that when he is going to speak with us, he must be clear what to say. If I am here to talk with you about the listening speaking skills, I must be clear about it. Then good punctuation. Many a time what happens when we see, we do not use punctuation, but English is such a language without punctuation, like comma, full stop, semicolon, colon, these are the punctuation. So if it is a comma, then you have to stop for something. If it is a question mark, you have to just prove your intonation. What is this? So all these things makes your speaking skill holistic. Then another thing is lucidity. You are not confused. Talking means you are confidently talking, no confusion. What you want to say, just say confidently. People who have confusion with the concept and with their own skill, he cannot speak fluently. So these are the soft skills which actually mean to develop our fluency. If you focus on these things, it will be helpful for you. But do not focus much on this. As a teacher, you know this. While speaking, be informal. Then comes listening and speaking, what we call it as a oral skill. I will discuss that. What do you mean by listening speaking skill or oral skill? Yes. This is the mixture of listening and speaking skill. Listening skill, oral, is the foundation of all skills. Then oral skills are the listening speaking skills which are very essential for beginners. Because listening speaking are interdependent. You see, we need some ear training, we need some speech practice. So ear training is very much necessary for better speech practice. And for that you have to listen a lot of things. If you are not able to listen good number of situations, it will be difficult for you to speak fluently. Therefore, in the early years, we must focus on ear training and speech practice. Both things, this is oral, this is oral. Okay, so oral and oral, this both are very much necessary and essential for the beginners. If they will be well trained in ear, through ears and well trained through speech, you will see after completion of 3, 4, 5 years or after standard 5 they can speak. Have you seen the students reading in English medium school, standard 1 students, they are also Odia child. How they speak? It is only the exposure, it is only ear training, is the speak practice, because they give maximum practice on that, maximum exposure to their children to speak. Okay, so we have to think that how can I do this type of activity for my children. Then oral listening is especially meant for ear training and oral skill. I have discussed this. As we know, both listening and speaking are important, and these two skills interdependent like this. Listening depends upon speaking, speaking depends upon listening. If you are speaking, there is nobody, people will call you a madman. If you are somebody is not speaking, what will listen? I have differentiated between hearing and listening. Any sound coming to our ears is hearing, not listening. When you experience it, it is called a listening skill, right? So both are interdependent. Therefore, we call it as a skills are integrated. We must remember 3 things here. Listening and speaking are primary skills. Listening skill is the foundation of all skills. In our day-to-day life, skills are integrated. Okay, please remember this. Now we will discuss activities to develop oral skills. Okay, I will have some discussion. Due to lockdown, it is not possible to have live experience in a class, but I take the help of my daughter and tried to explain it with activity. For every activities, I have given some example here, live demonstration. Please, it is not better, the video is not better, but please see, you can just understand the context, how you can do this activity in your class. So these are the activities: total physical response, listen and draw, listen and identify. I will discuss every point one by one. Riddles, telling stories, drilling, look and say, role play, listen and repeat, question and answer, pair and share. Right? These are the activities. There are more activities also. I have given the basic activities which are very much essential for the early grade learners. For the early grade, these are the activities for the early grade learners. Okay. So I will start with one video. Watch this video. Khushi, look at me. Stand up. Raise your 2 hands. Down your hands. Go to the basin. Wash your hands. Go to the fridge. Open the fridge. Pick the juice bottle. Keep it there. Close the fridge. Come here. Sit down. Thank you. This is called total physical response. In short, we call it as a TPR. Friends, this is very much essential for our students and the beginners who are just coming to the school, starting learning English. It is essentially essential to do this type of activity. If you have 300 to 400 TPRs and you do the activity in the class, you will see after completion of class 3 in Odia medium school, you will find your children start speaking. So some tips for you here. You just read this. You watch the video, now you read this. TPRs are meant for listening and doing. This is a listening and doing type activity. Basically in second language learning in early classes. It's an important role. And through TPR, learners do only become acquainted with the sound pattern. Ear training. Ear training happens more here. Then I can see the example here. If we have TPRs, TPRs can be one word TPR like shout, cry, laugh, dance. Then 2 word TPR, stand up, sit down, go there. You have seen the example in the video. Then 3 word TPR, touch your nose, hold your pen, shut the door. As a people teacher, I'll give you one task in this COVID-19 knockdown period. Please enlist number of TPRs. Make a small book. Our people teacher in Garumaisani, they have prepared a book, 300 plus TPRs, and we have arranged it in a according to difficulty. Start with simple, then something more, then difficult, then more difficult, like this. Okay, this is an activity for you, please. It's a request also. The first years of introducing English must focus on TPR. This is a message for you. This is a request for you. And again, watch this video. Okay, Khushi, mu jemti kahibi, tame semti draw karibo. Mu English re kahibi, hala? Okay. Put your pen. Go up. Go right. Go up, go right, go up again, go right, come down, go right, come down, go right, come down. Thank you. Can you tell me what type of speaking activity is here? Listening, speaking activity is here. What is the name? Can you write the name in the chat box? What type of activity is this? Yes, I am waiting for your chatting. Both, Varsavary, both. But what is the name of the? Oh, very good. This is listening and draw. And when you conduct listen and draw type activity, please focus on these 4 points. Ask them to come to the blackboard or whiteboard. Give clear instruction. I just see the example. Encourage to draw, right? It's not that, because he is not such younger. Huh? See whether he or she has done according to your instruction. But do not rebuke them. Huh? If they commit mistake, no, don't worry. It will not done correctly. Okay. Now, you can also see another video example for another activity. Okay, baby. Mu jo word dakibi taku tome goal bolaibo. ठीक अछि? Bat. हाँ, very good, very good. Doll. Nice. Gun, gun, gun. Okay, okay, nice. Then mat. Good, good, good. Okay. Ball, ball, ball. Wow. Okay, tell me. What is the name you can give here? What is the name of this activity, this type of activity? What is the name of this type of activity? Yes? Listen and identify. Very good. Nice answer, friends. Next, you see this. You can see this. So bat, ball, example 1. And see example 2. If you want to teach some phonetics or pure sounds to your students in early classes, you can give example like this. This pin, pen, pun, pun, pit, put, pull, push, sit, shun, ship, shop, like this. Okay. So this example 2 is with the appropriate pronunciation. You can also practice in your class. Watch this now. My little friends, this is rhyme time for you. Today's song is Wah Wah Black Sheep. Wah Wah Black Sheep, have you any wool? Yes sir, 3 bags full. Wah Wah Black Sheep, have you any wool? Yes sir, 3 bags full. 1 for my master, 1 for the dame, and one for the little boy who lives down the lane. One for my master and one for the dam. This is called how to recite rhyme inside the class. You have some steps in your textbook. I have not given that example, it is in your book. Now in this 21st century, this book has been written 8-10 years before, no? So now you have to go beyond the books. It is an age of ICT, right? Age of digital or digital age. So you can use your small mobile. I have just used the small mobile, I recorded there, and it is done in within 2-3-5 minutes. Okay, don't worry for that, you can do this. Therefore, I have given the example. Because this is a very important activity for perception. They will go through the sounds because rhyming words are there, no? They will go for the sound. They will understand the sound pattern. They will see the stress, intonation, chunks. All these words will be discussed in unit 4. Okay, I will not go there. Then the rhythm, the action, the gesture, the posture, all these things, right? You can see hundreds of rhymes recorded in a cartoonic manner. You can see this in internet. Please go beyond the textbook. Okay, and you can prepare this also. And you are better than us. I am 50 years old. If I am doing that, you are at the age of 20. You are better than me. So you do this plan. Huh? Just take the help of ICT. Teaching rhyme, some tips for you. Please read this. This is not in your book. This is from my experience. Please read. The steps given in your textbook is general approach to teach rhyme, but can add more techniques, more practices. You can do fair and share activities, chain drill, completion drill, all these things. There will be another video for you. Huh? Please, I assure you, I have committed to give you as much as possible by me. Do not ask people to recite rhyme individually first. If you are going to start the rhyme, recitation of rhyme, do not do it. It should be done by the steps given in your textbook. Then the rhymes given in the textbook, it's just some example. But 2-3 rhymes cannot develop the perception of the child on a language. So collect at least 20-25 rhymes for better practice in class 3. And do not hold book or paper sheet. You cannot recite a rhyme keeping the book like this, seeing this and seeing this. No, you cannot do the action, gesture, posture, your expression. You cannot do that. So remember the rhyme first. After that you recite inside the class. Because gesture, posture is most important here. Then riddles. Can you tell me what is the difference between rhymes and riddles? Riddles are different from rhymes. I'll give you one task, then you can understand it. Riddles, as a riddle is bit different from rhyme. In riddle, we focus on pleasure, articulation, understanding also. We call it as a think and say. Normally, we start with class 5 students. Okay. This is an activity for you. You have to answer, huh? I am waiting for your chart. See, I am white in color, liquid in nature. Who drinks me every day become healthy and stronger? Who am I? Can you say my brother and sister? You can recite like this, but this is a riddle. You are giving chance to the children to think and answer. Very powerful activity for developing the language ability, speaking ability. I am white in color, liquid in nature. Who drinks me every day become healthy and stronger? Who am I? Can you say my brother and sister? Oh, nice answer. It is milk. Beautiful. Thank you. So there are some tips for you. Go through this. Riddles are meant for thinking and saying. Let them think. So do not worry to get immediate answer. Fast. People will answer fast. No. Start doing riddle in last part of the class 4 or in class 5. Give clue to elicit the answer. Give clue. Not that they will understand everything. No. Then collect or compose some riddles and for elementary school learners. You have that ability. You can compose rhyme and compose riddles. I will request to everybody in this knockdown period, you can at least you compose 5 rhymes and 5 riddles. That will help you. And when all the materials will be collected in your institute like Byte, Diet and ETI, you will see there will be a book. No? And that will help you when you will go to practice teaching. right? Then do you want to watch an example of storytelling? Yesterday evening I have recorded it, the video, the light is not so good, but here we just watch. Hello children, today I will tell you a beautiful story. You know the story, Boula Gai? I will tell the same story today. This is Boula, a cow in a village. Every day she goes to the jungle for grazing. One day when she was grazing, a tiger came. See this? What do you see in this picture?
Tiger and a cow. That is the tiger and the cow.
Ah, the tiger came to the cow and said, I'll eat you. I'll eat you. Tell me, what will happen then?
The cow will run away.
Ah, but the cow did not run away. She said, Tiger uncle, please leave me. The tiger said, no, I'll not leave you. I'll kill you and eat you. Please leave me. I have a small cow. I have to feed her. Please leave me. Okay. This is about telling stories. Storytelling is a primary years. It is very vital, you know. But you have to focus on different tips for the storytelling. I'll discuss that. How to tell a story. Showing pictures, asking questions, that is thought-provoking, action, gesture, posture, voice modulation, then miming, silence, dialogue. All these are the basic tips that a teacher should use while telling story. Do not tell story, just go to the class and start telling. They will just doze in your class, dozing like this. Okay, and you have seen the video. I have pointed out where modulation is done, where questioning is done, where gesture posture is done. I have given some example. You can understand it. If you see the video again, you can understand better. Then some tips for you. You can tell the story peoples in mother tongue fast. No problem. In Odia school, you can start telling the story with Odia, and do not, when you start telling in English, do not translate. It's a contextual translation, because they know the story, and if they see the picture, they will understand it. That's the way of learning a second language. Do not tell long stories in lower classes. Make the story interesting and meaningful by asking predictive questions. What happens next? So pictures, do action, I have already told you. Do modulation, do miming when necessary. When you ask questions between the story, do not hurry to get the answer. Many times that happens with us. No. Give them think. Give them time to think. Collect 20-25 interesting stories, preferably story on fables. Fables means the stories which are based on animals and birds. When animals and birds start talking, that type of story is called as fable, right? And in early years, this type of story is meaningful. Prepare 4 or 5 thematic pictures on the story, like this. You have seen the picture, then you can use it in your class. Encourage the people to repeat the story, right? But do not hurry to get the response. Then drilling in language. We have different type of drills: chain drill, completion drill, repetition drill, question answer drill, chorus drill, substitution drill, transformation drill. Friends, I'll share a video lesson on this topic, because in this 1 hour it's not possible to go one by one, and these are very important part, because in early classes drilling is important. Meaningful drilling is important. Therefore, I kept this, that I will send one half-an-hour video. I believe that it will help you. Okay, so don't worry for the time being. You can ask your teachers. No problem. The teacher educators institute, they will help you. It's not that everything will be from here, right? but still I commit you, I'll send a video. See this video and understand, look and say. Khushi, what is this?
Sun.
Good. Then what is this?
Lotus flower.
Very good. What is this?
Fish.
Okay. What is this?
Tree laden with mangoes.
Wow. What is this?
House.
Okay. What is this?
Well.
How many fishes are there?
2.
Very nice. 1 and 2. Okay. How many dogs are there?
2.
How many birds are here?
8.
8 birds. No? Big birds and small birds. Okay. Thank you. What I did in this picture? I have tried to go from simple to difficult or simple to complex. Right? Easy to difficult. Right? First I will show some things, some pictures individually, then I ask some questions. So as a teacher you must design the activity first, that how can I go from simple to difficult, that will help, and you can differentiate which type of activity is necessary for what class. What is that important is a teacher must understand the level of the students and understand the purpose of the activity. If you understand that, I am sure you will do very good activities, and see the future of lakhs of students are with us. We are the teachers, we are happy that we have got such a noble profession, and I believe if you work in this way, you will do miracle. I believe, I have believed, because your response is coming very nicely. You are involved, and with involvement learning happens better. Look and say some, when we call it is a picture show, please read this, please read. Okay, so a good meaningful picture enhances the mind talk. We call it as a mental talk. It always your talk, always it does not come through your mouth. You talk a lot of things, right? And that is called mental talk. If a teacher enlarge or encourage that mental talk of the child, he will see the difference. The student will do better and better, right? So just have picture, a beautiful picture, it must be visible for all the students, and you can do a lot of activities. I have given one example. You can do a lot of things. You can go simple asking question, words, then sentence, then where is, then when, all these things. You can start talking story. We call it as a VMDT, Visual Memory Development Technique, because when we see and listen, we understand better than better. Therefore, look and say is the most important activity in early classes, so that a child will look and say, he will start and say. Every child loves picture. So how to do this activity? I have given the example also. There are some tips for you. Please do this. Picture must be a simple theme, must be according to the level of the learners. Pictures must not be too crowdy. You have seen that. Do not interfere with your saying, with their saying. If they are saying they are committing mistake, don't worry about that. Right? Then observe and encourage the slow learners. Suppose some learners are, they are not as fast as possible, they are not fast learners, they cannot go with other students, focus on that. Encourage him to say something. Yes, this is a picture, you can say it. Do not correct their fault immediately. We do it. Do not do that. Okay? It's not that in one day you will do everything. It's a process, no? Learning is a process. It's not a product. Today I am just doing this activity and people will be master on that. No, no, no. Forget that. It will develop, and a child correct his faults by himself. Remember it. This is the constructive and collaborative approach philosophy. Please focus on that. Listen and repeat. Okay, I'll give an activity to you. Please listen to me carefully. You have to tell the words, or you have to write the words serially. Listen the words. Okay. Pot, water, boil, tea, milk, sugar, cup, drink. I repeat, these are 8 words. I am just telling the word serially. Please remember it serially. Pot, water, boil, tea, milk, sugar, cup, drink. Now please write the words serially. First, then said, then second, third, fourth. 8 words in serial. 8 words in serial. Yes, your answer is coming. Water, no, water is not fast. Pot, water, boil, tea, milk, sugar. Very nice. Madhusmita, you see your answer now. Pot, water, boil, tea, milk, sugar, cup. Okay. So you can do this type of activity inside the class. Watch this video again. We have done it yesterday. How the role play is done. You can take some sense from this.
Who are you?
I am Corona.
Why have you come here?
I'll kill you all.
You can't kill us.
Why?
See this.
Yee!
This is role play. You can take some costume also. This is why I did it, because this is a contextual one and also interesting, and we are all locked up. Yes, and we cannot go beyond. It can be done better in the schools. Plus try how children can get exposure and get interested to do this type of activity. But what you have to do, just there are some tips for you. You see, prepare a lesson or pick up a lesson having a dialogue, and for 2-3 persons, not more than 2-3 persons, 2-3 children, orient them for some time. Suddenly it cannot be done. You have to orient them, you have to guide them, you have to direct them what to do, right? After that, you do it for 3-4 times, then you call other students, make the group and ask them to do. This is dialogue delivery, na? When you will practice this type of activity in the schools, they will enjoy it and they will be very happy to come in the next day to the school. I have seen that. Your activities in the school make the students come regularly. The midday meal and other all facilities cannot do it. A teacher can do it. I have seen. If your activities will be interesting and meaningful for the students, they enjoy your activities, they enjoy your teaching, nobody will stop them coming to school. Nobody will stop them. Remember it. This is very necessary for you. I must ask you, please do such activity. And teacher must be an actor, must be a doctor, because they have to research all these things. You have to just acquire this type of knowledge and experience and also some thoughts on that, right? Then question answer, it's a very simple, we do it. But in English, I tell you today, in English, do not do this. We ask 3 type of question, yes, no type question, WH type question like what, when, where, or this, and 3 is intonational type question. That intonational type question we normally use in our listening and speaking. In oral skills, we use this intonational skills. It's like, you are a boy, right? You are a girl. Not that, are you a boy? It is yes, no type. But intonational. Sentence structure is affirmative, but you are giving intonation. You are a boy. It is only used in listening and speaking. We do not use this type of sentence in writing. Please remember, we use it in spoken English. But what you have to take careful, normally what I have seen in my experience, that is in language, when we do this activity, we focus on content and grammar. Yes, this is very bad. Please remember, if we focus much on these 2 aspects, our purpose of teaching language will not be achieved. Rather, it will kill the fluency in language. So when you are doing this type of question answer session, focus on all 4 skills. I will request you, please. I will request you focus on skills, not the grammar and the content are not our purpose. For any language, we need a content. But content is a medium through which we can reach the students for development of language skills. Clear? Then pair and share. You can make two in the class and give them some theme, some topic. Ask them to talk with them. Suppose two children. One is saying, my name is Ram. What is your name? My name is Syam. What is your father's name? My father's name is Mr. Surendra. What is your father's name? You can do like this. That is called pair and share. Right? So observe the pairs talking. As a teacher, see, in a class you can have 5, 10, 20 pairs. Okay, you have to observe how the children are involved. And that type of activity within their friends, they give more confidence to the students. This gives more confidence to the students to involve. So now we have discussed about what is the problem of fluency. We cannot speak fluently. There are some answers here. How can you develop your fluency? Please, when are you in the hostel, in the classroom or in the playground, you can make your group, you can make your pair and you can talk. Please, these are the tips for you. You must develop your fluency fast. Number 2, think, pair and share. First you will think, then call one of your friends, then share your idea. Do not be afraid that if I will talk this in English, others will comment me. No, don't worry. If you will be afraid of it, you will be all died. है अब जी के भी मर जाओगे. Please don't worry. Do not keep your faults inside. Just expose yourself, you learn it. Learning corner. In learning corner, it is given in your textbook. I will not elaborate more. Then pass the ball. This is a very good activity. If ball will come to you, you will speak 2-3 sentences. Then you throw the ball to another of your friends. They will speak something. Like this, you just throw the ball. It's a very beautiful activity. I have observed it. Eliciting personal talk. Okay, just ask your friends to ask me anything related to my life, my learning, etc. Then say the difference. You can some pictures. Many a times you will find this type of picture in newspaper. You like this, see the difference and say. And you can do this activity for the students also. See and say, picture elaboration. You also do this. That's look and say. Then your more activities are there. You do this. And I must say one thing, you versus you. Just stand before the mirror, talk to yourself. You become two persons. Suppose you are a doctor, you are a patient. You are a rickshawala, you are a passenger. It's just you versus you. And this is a very good activity I have followed in my life. And I have seen the benefit of this type of activity. Okay. Today we have 10 minutes, we take 10 minutes more of yours. No problem. Okay. And as we have question answer session for special time for the second year people on unit 6 and 7. Okay. So please wait for that, don't worry. I have taken so many good questions from your chatting and we will discuss in the question answer session. And the notification will be going to you. When the live class of question answer, I will send the link and please come with this. Okay. Very nice. Thank you very much. Let's go more. This is simply a 1 hour discussion. You can achieve more and more. Explore, read, see the videos in YouTube, see different type of text in internet, Google, search and just make yourself a very good teacher, an effective teacher. You will see, you will find a place in this society. So thank you. Again I will tell you that stay home, stay safe, study more. Have a good day. Namaskar.